All right. You good? You good, bro? Cool. How are we all doing today? Welcome to the new next episode of Big Country's Fantasy Football Talk with me, Ryan, aka Big Country. Today we're gonna go over 5 topics, 5 thoughts to keep in the back of your mind, 5 strategies, 5 helpful tips or tricks, whatever you want to call it, that you should continue to remember while you are drafting your league this year. Um, these are gonna kind of help you make sure that when you are drafting, things kind of go a little more smoothly. You're more prepared. You understand what you are looking for while you are drafting. Okay. So, but before we hop into that, make sure you guys, if you are new to this live stream or new to watching my videos, if you could hit that sub button, give it a thumbs up, turn that bell on so you get notifications every time we go live with a new video, which is going to be weekdays at 4:30 Eastern Time. We're going to try to go live every Monday through Friday and help you out with your fantasy football talk and answer any questions you guys might have. I don't know what my chair is going on. Hold on. Give me one sec. How we doing, Jeremy? Welcome back. Getting excited for Sunday. Absolutely. Getting excited for Sunday. Where is it? Sunday is my big league. I have a draft tonight. So I'm actually, after I close this up, I'm going to be readjusting my rankings for tonight's draft and for this weekend's draft. Now that, especially that I know the majority of the keepers going on to this weekend, gonna bang out some more mock drafts. So you can never be too prepared. You can be underprepared, but you can never be too prepared. So, all right, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through these 5 tips. Any questions you guys have, I'm going to answer them at the end. So what I'm going to kind of start trying to do is, like, each episode, I'm going to have a topic for that episode. And we're going to run through that topic. And then I'm going to take these videos and kind of chop them up, put them on TikTok, YouTube, Shorts, make them their own YouTube video so they're more searchable. And so let's try to get some more traffic over here and, help the listeners and the viewers and everybody that comes through and win your fantasy leagues this year. That's the whole point. That's why you do it. You want to win, right? So, but let's hop right in. Let's get it going, and I will answer any questions once I get through the 5. And then so don't think I'm ignoring you. Don't think that I'm just not going to answer your questions. I'm going to answer them at the end. So let's get into it. All right, 5 helpful tips to help you while you are drafting your leagues this year. I'm going to kind of go them in progression of what you kind of should be doing from before your draft even starts, the start of your draft, during your draft, and then at the end of your draft. So number 1, most importantly, before you go into any draft that you have, know your league format, rules, whatever it is. Make sure you know how many people are in your league. Make sure you know if it's standard, PPR, half point PPR, super flex, 2 QB league. Know your roster construction, whether it's 1 QB or 2 QBs, 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers, 2 flex, 1 tight end. Whatever it is, make sure you know what you are getting yourself into. There is nothing worse than when you're going into your draft and you got yourself 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, your quarterback, your tight end, and then you pick a defense and a kicker, which I hope you don't pick a defense or a kicker before the 10th round or even use them before 12th round. We'll get more into that next week. And then you realize, oh, wait, we have 3 wide receivers as our starts, and we have 1 flex. So now you're in the 10th, 11th, 12th, towards the end of your draft, and you're trying to find a top wide receiver that's going to be your number 3 wide receiver. You're going to be put behind the 8 ball right away. So make sure you know make sure you know your league's format and your roster construction, and you're going to start on the right foot right before you even draft. Number 2, excuse me, separate yourself from your fandom. I'm going to say it again. Separate yourself from your fandom. This is big. This is huge. This is going to help you win your leagues. You could be the biggest Dallas Cowboy fan, biggest Kansas City Chief fan, biggest Seattle Seahawks fan, Tennessee Titans, New England Patriots. I don't care who your favorite team is. When you are drafting your league, they are not your favorite team. Every team is your favorite team, and you want the best players on those teams. So you go in, don't go into your drafts being like, I want every single New England Patriot on my team because they're my favorite team and I love every single player on that team. No, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Every team is your favorite team, no matter if they're your rival or not. You want the best players from the best teams from every team on your team. That's the only way you're going to win your league. That's the only way. If you can separate yourself from your fandom to while you're drafting, as soon as your draft is over, go ahead, go be that number 1 fan that you are, that we all know you are. But while you are drafting, you are a fan of every single team and you want their best players. Number 3 on my list. Do not lock in a draft strategy. You might be asking, what do you mean by a draft strategy? Some people will go into their drafts with, okay, my first 2 picks are going to be running back. And then I'm going to go wide receiver, and then quarterback. Do not do that. Go by what the board gives you. You don't know exactly what your other members of your league are doing. So you kind of have to feel off of what they're doing. I'm going to kind of get a little more depth about this. This one's probably going to be a little longer. So, for example, say for the league that I got coming up this weekend, I have the 4th overall pick. And I already know that I'm going to pick a running back right off the bat because I have the 4th pick. I know that, there's 5 to 6 top end running backs that I'm going to have a choice from. My 2nd round pick, I don't know what I'm going to pick. I don't have a strategy of who I'm taking. I don't care if it's a running back or a wide receiver. I'm going to pick the best player that is available to me at that time. Say if I have the 12th pick and I'm like, you know what? I don't really know what to expect here. I think I'm probably going to go one of the top end wide receivers, say like Davante Adams or Tyreek Hill. Your draft board could go, CMC, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Travis Kelce, Davante Adams, Tyreek Hill, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott. Now you're sitting there at the end of your draft. You're like, wait a minute. Some of these big names go, maybe like DeAndre Hopkins goes right before you and you're the 12th pick. And you're like, I could still pick Jonathan Taylor, Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris. Like now you got a top end running back that has dropped into your lap because everybody else kind of went off the beaten path of what kind of the normal strategies have been for a lot of drafts this year. So just play the board, kind of pay attention to what's going on, and just don't overreach for a player just because you need to fill that spot. Another big thing to kind of pay attention to while you're drafting is the other members in your league. What do I mean by that is, say you're getting the later rounds, 8th, 9th round, and you still haven't picked a quarterback yet. But 9 out of the 12 teams have already picked a quarterback. They're not really going to go for a second quarterback. So you could probably wait a little bit longer and get more value on a wide receiver or running back at that point instead of spending up at a quarterback that you could potentially get 2 rounds later because Nobody else is going to be picking up quarterbacks because they already got their quarterbacks. So, oh, that camera just crashed. Damn. All right, we're going to... You guys still heard me, but the... Let's see if it comes back. Are we back? Are we back? Little intermission here. All right, we back? We're back. Little technical difficulties. So that was number 3. So kind of just don't lock yourself into a strategy. Feel the board. Kind of pay attention to what else, everything else is going around. I know it's exciting. You're probably, even if you're doing a live draft, or even if you're doing one online and you're doing a Skype call, you got all your friends there. You're excited to see everyone. I know we've been in a pandemic for the last like 2 years, so you probably haven't been to see everybody as often as you would hope. Get that excitement out right away, and then just lock it in. That's going to help you win your leagues. Now, this 4th one is big during the draft here. Do not get caught in runs. Runs are certain rounds that you just see the same position getting picked over and over and over and over again. I'm not saying like, hey, somebody in front of you picks a quarterback, that means don't pick a quarterback. If you were already expecting to pick a quarterback at that spot and you got the quarterback that you want, or there was 2 quarterbacks that you want, and the one person in front of you picked the one you want, so you got the second one you got, that's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more, you see, you know, you're 5 picks away and you see quarterback go right in front of you. And you're like, oh man, all the quarterbacks are getting picked up. I need to get a quarterback too. But honestly, I'm kind of really hurting at running back here. Pick the position that is going to help you out the best. Don't get caught in those runs where everybody else is. They're all going to get stuck at the same spot, and they're going to be picking up quarterbacks at that position, at that draft spot, that they're going to be reaching for just because they got caught in those runs, those waves. You don't want to do that. Stick to your, you know, as we mentioned in number 3, stick to what the board is giving you. And honestly, if you can avoid being stuck in those runs, you might be able to get a value of a player a lot higher than what everybody else is picking at that spot. So don't get caught in your runs, and you'll thank me. I promise you. Number 5. This is the big one. This is one's going to stick with you. It might be at the end of the draft and you're not feeling too good about your team, or you're at the end of the draft and you are ecstatic. You can't wait. You're like, man, on paper, I'm winning this league. You do not win or lose your league at the draft. The work has just begun. The season has just begun. You need to make sure that you are paying attention to those waiver wires. Make sure you're doing up on your research, and make sure you're coming to this channel to get your fantasy football help that you need from me. Those are the 5 helpful tips that you're going to need when you are drafting in your leagues this weekend and all the way up until Thursday night. We are 1 week away from football. We are almost there. We're getting to the end. Good luck in your drafts, and I hope you guys go win some fantasy trophies and show those off proudly. All right. Appreciate you guys hanging out. If there's any questions, I will answer them right now. Doesn't look like there is. Sorry for that little technical difficulty in the middle. If you guys do have questions, feel free to ask. A little shorter than normal, but that's all right. We got our 5 tips in. I don't know. What anybody got? Anything? Let me see something. If nobody got anything, that's all I got for you guys today. Tomorrow, make sure you come back. I'm going to be doing my bold predictions for the NFL 2021 season. You're not going to want to miss this. This is something that, you know, So we'll see if it happens. You know, the start of the year. Why not? Why not fire it up? See what these bold predictions are. I am Big Country, aka Ryan. I hope these tips help you guys in your leagues this weekend. I hope you guys win some leagues this year. Hope you guys continue to come back and get some fantasy help that you may need. And we will catch you all next time. Good luck in your drafts if you have any tonight. I got one tonight. I could show you guys the results of that one tomorrow. And until next time, be good.